We are just going to use AI. So let me get out of this presentation here. And I will show you, first of all, now I would like to start with this. We talk a lot about generative AI, but not all AI is generative. And hopefully you'll be able to hear this.
안녕하세요. 세션에 함께해 주셔서 고맙습니다. 저는 한국어를 못하지만 AI와 스피커 비디오 번역기 덕분에 이제는 할 수 있게 되었습니다.
So that is our new video translator. And as I said in that video, I don't speak Korean. Not even one word, unfortunately. But with this kind of AI, I can speak Korean in my own voice. When I talk, it talks. When I whisper, it whispers with me. And so this is a new way that you can use AI to express yourself. Now you can do this in a video, like I did there, but you can also do it in real time. And so we also have the capability to translate your voice from Korean to English, or from English to Korean in your own voice. So this is just one new aspect of AI that you will find will be part of your life in the next year. But let's look at some more things. Now, when you think about ChatGPT, well, you think about it as a system where you type to it and it types to you. Now, what we're using here is Azure AI Studio. So this is a tool that Microsoft provides to set up AI. But what I'm going to do here is a little bit different than the AI that you may have seen before. Let's have a look at this. Hello there, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Oops. Now let me stop him and, oh, he's got me now.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand. Could you please repeat that?
Ah, yes. I was asking if you could hear me.
Yes. I can hear you. How can I assist you today?
Great. Can you tell me in Korean, where is the Microsoft office in South Korea?
네, 한국에 있는 마이크로소프트 오피스는 서울에 위치해 있습니다. 광화문에 있는 더 K 트윈 타워 A동호입니다.
All right, thank you. Now, can you make a joke about Microsoft in Korean and then laugh at your own joke?
마이크로소프트 프로그래머가 카페에 들어갔어요. 바리스타가 묻었죠. 좋아하세요? 프로그래머가 대답했어요. 아니요, 저는 시사품만 마셔요.
All right. One moment. Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? Beautiful. Sorry about that. I guess it was messing with my microphone a little bit. Now, what I was doing here was I was interacting with this AI using only my voice. And as you saw, it was happening quite quickly. So where we're going to go with this next is that you won't just type to the AI, and it won't just type text to you. But instead, you'll be able to interact with it naturally with your voice. And as you may have heard, I hope you heard, it can also have natural responses. It can laugh with you. It can talk to you and shout or whisper. It can do all of these kinds of things that are very natural. Now, in reality, it won't just be or. That is to say, you won't just type to it or talk to it. What's going to happen is you will do them all at the same time, just like you are now. Right now, you can see me, you can hear me. I can type a chat to you in this Zoom meeting that I'm in, and I can share my screen to you. All of these things happen at the same time. And this is how you will interact with AI in the near future. It will be like you're having a Zoom meeting with an AI. But another thing about AI, as you know it today, well, we think of AI as something that can generate content, like it can write emails or documents, or something that can answer a question. Like I ask it a question about a process involving steel, and it might answer that question. But this is about to change. What's about to happen is that AI is going to start taking action on your behalf. This is an AI agent, or in a moment, it will be an AI agent. Now, the way that you define an AI agent is like this. I am going to create an AI agent for you, and this AI agent will actually take an action on my behalf. So let's take a look at how I create it. Now, first of all, I give it instructions. And so these are the English language instructions that I've given it. I'm telling it that it's a scheduler agent, that it is able to make events in my Outlook calendar, so it doesn't only answer questions. And I'm in Pacific Standard Time, and so I tell it to make its events in Pacific Standard Time. Now, the way that these agents work is that you give them powers and they figure out how to accomplish a task with the powers that you give them. Now, I've given it one power already. I gave it the power to search some files. And the file that I gave it can search, is this one here. I come from Piedmont, California, and this is my daughter's school calendar. And here you can see that her spring break is April 7th through the 11th. We'll see that in a moment. And while I'm here, I will also show you my calendar for April 2025, which at the moment is blank. Now, I'm going to give this assistant, this agent, one more power. I'm going to add a function here, and the power I'm going to give it is this one, and I will show you what it looks like. What this power is, looks like this. It is able to create an event in my calendar. So just like that, I have given my agent the ability to create an event in my calendar. And now I'm going to tell it to block off my Outlook calendar for Piedmont School Spring Break 2025. Now, to do this, it is actually going to have to do a fair bit of reasoning. So, it needed to search that file that I gave it. It needed to figure out when spring break was, and then it needed to use the power that I gave it to book that time in Outlook. And if we go here now, let's see, if we reload the page and go back to that time, what we should find is indeed, hopefully, it has added this to my calendar. Well, it doesn't seem to have worked here, so we had a little bit of a fail. But that is the concept here, is that it's able to take these actions on my behalf. And I can book any number of things in my calendar in this way. Now, before I finish with this, what I will say is that I didn't give it the power to delete from my calendar. So I will say, delete that entry from my calendar. And it can't do it because I did not give it that power. And so here we see that it knows it can't delete from my calendar. So these AI agents can take actions on your behalf, but they can only do what you give them the power to do. But they can integrate to all kinds of different systems. They can integrate to Microsoft Outlook and Excel and Word, but they can also integrate to other things, SAP, Workday, ServiceNow, or even applications that you have built in-house, in your own company. They can take actions in all of these different things. And so this is where AI is going to go next. It won't just answer questions. It won't just create content. It will actually start taking actions. And your employees and you will start using them for this. First, to schedule things in your calendar. Then, to help you make travel bookings. Then, maybe to order new IT equipment. There are all kinds of ways that you'll begin using this. And it will just become part of your everyday life. Soon, you're going to wonder how you ever lived without this. But the last thing is maybe the most amazing thing. Because what's happening also with AI is that AI is learning how to do deep analysis and math. Until just now, generative AI was not at all good at doing any kind of math or analysis. It could create text, but it couldn't really analyze. But now it can. Now here, I have created a banking scenario. So let's see the instructions that I gave this. I told it to create a sell-side research report. You'll see what that is in a moment. And I told it to make it in English and Korean. And I gave it some data here. So I gave it information about a company, its current stock price. If we look down here, you see I gave it an income statement over here, and a balance sheet, a cash flow statement, and a valuation. So these are all kinds of economic data that you might have about a public company. And I've asked it to write a report for me about this public company. And here, let's go to the Korean one over here. There it is. So it has written this report for me. Now this part here, well, you might not find it that impressive, but it has an investment thesis. I think it's telling me that I should hold its stock. But what's really interesting about this is if we move down just a bit, its analysis, the math that it's doing right here. These numbers that I gave it, they don't include a growth number, 28%. It has calculated that this company is growing every year by 28%. I didn't give it this number, it calculated this number. It can calculate averages, percentages, all kinds of statistics, and it's using that to justify the investment thesis that it made here. And so here you can see that it has various other analyses, other math that it's done in support of its thesis over here. And in the end, we see our conclusion, the conclusion that it makes about this stock over here. That's one type of analysis that it can do. Another one, let's say that I'm in a retail store, and here I would like to analyze the sales tables for the month. And we have some information about how much we sold in the store and those kinds of things. And further down, there's information about who was working at the store, my employees who were working at the store. And so we should find, there we go. Now in here, we see once again, it does the math. So it's able to calculate these kinds of totals and aggregate numbers. And from this, it's able to draw some conclusions. It says things like my staffing, the number of employees that I have on the weekend, is not enough for the number of customers that I have coming in. It says that I should have more discounts on weekdays so that I can bring more customers in. It says all of these things just from this data set itself. And so when you think about where AI is going to go next, well, it will be multilingual, and you'll be able to use it in your own voice. It will be what we call multimodal. That means you can talk to it, type to it, it can see you, it can see your screen and work with it. It will be able to take action on your behalf and do things for you, and it will be able to do math and deep analysis. The future of AI is already here. Thank you.